Men often fail to notice certain behaviors in women that strongly suggest she will betray them sooner or later. Either they ignore the warning signs, or they simply don't want to face the truth and prefer to keep their rose-colored glasses on. But sometimes, all it takes is paying attention to her behavior and analyzing her actions to realize that she may not be the best choice for a serious relationship. Personally, when it comes to relationships, I would choose a woman who doesn't exhibit the kinds of behaviors I'll talk about next. For example, during a conversation, she might mention that her friend or acquaintance cheated on her husband. But that's not the main issue. It's clear that a person's environment, whether they're a man or a woman, can influence their thinking, decisions, and actions. What I want to highlight is a situation where she openly justifies her friend's actions. For example, she might say something like, "Well, he treated her badly, so she just wanted to get revenge," as if that somehow makes it okay or fair. You can probably guess where this is going. If she finds herself in a similar situation, there's a good chance she'll act the same way. Some men might think, "Well, I'm not planning to treat her badly, so this doesn't apply to me." But here's the thing. In my opinion, claims of mistreatment and similar justifications are often just excuses. That raises a reasonable question. If he really treated her that badly, why didn't she just leave him? To me, when a woman chooses revenge over simply walking away, it's a clear red flag. It suggests deeper issues. And it's entirely possible that one day during an argument between the two of you, things might take an unpleasant turn. You know what I mean. Here's another situation that can reveal a woman is likely to betray you at some point. She doesn't value the relationship, or you for that matter. The key point here is that you hold very little value in her eyes. She's not afraid of losing you, so nothing stops her from getting close to another man. When does this become obvious? For example, during arguments, she might say things like, "If you don't like it, no one's making you stay." Or she might seriously ask, "What's the point of you anyway?" Or, "Why do I even need you if you can't fix something as simple as a faucet?" She might even say her ex was better than you in some way, and that maybe she should have stayed with him instead. These kinds of remarks clearly show a lack of basic respect for you. Another red flag that can indicate a woman might betray you is if she keeps in touch with her ex. In my opinion, the very fact that this kind of communication continues says a lot. What is there to talk about if the relationship is already over? One can only guess. Though there is one possibility, and I'll be honest, I don't really understand men who are okay with this kind of situation. Personally, I'd much rather choose a woman from the start for whom staying in touch with an ex is completely unacceptable. That's way better than trying to forbid it with someone who wants to do it anyway. That kind of stress just isn't worth it. Here's another thing. She's already betrayed someone in a previous relationship. And again, she might say it was because he was this or that. He didn't pay attention to her, didn't care, and so on. But now you're different, of course. She says you're kind, understanding, loving. But the reality is, there's a good chance you could end up in the same position as her ex, the one she's now talking about to the next guy. Phrases like that can easily lower a man's guard. But in my opinion, this is not the kind of situation where you should get too comfortable or flattered. Also, if you notice that she has a lot of male friends, I'd suggest being cautious. Genuine friendship between a man and a woman is actually quite rare. Usually, one person is truly just a friend, while the other, whether they admit it or not, is hoping for something more. And in my view, it's better not to rely on luck, but to be very clear-eyed about what could realistically happen. In the end, recognizing early warning signs in a woman's behavior can save a man from future heartbreak. Whether it's a lack of respect, emotional detachment, ongoing contact with an ex, or justifying betrayal, these are not minor details, but serious indicators of potential trouble. Rather than ignoring them or hoping for the best, it's wiser to pay attention and make thoughtful choices about who you build a relationship with. I hope this video helps you to make the right decision. See you in the next video.